Yeah, we've been going through the last few weeks, the AFC West. We did the Broncos, we did the Raiders, and I'm happy that we saved you for last. Don't tell the Broncos and Raiders this, but I think the Chargers have the best opportunity to maybe knock off the Chiefs in the AFC West. And to me, it starts with Justin Herbert. And I think that's where the perfect place is for us to start. Do you truly believe in watching him now that he is a top 10 quarterback in the NFL? Why or why not?
Yeah, so I definitely think he is one of the top QBs in the NFL. I think there's a case to be made for, 10 guys ahead of him who have been here longer, who've been in the league longer, have had more success. But you can't knock off what he was able to do as a rookie. It wasn't just a good season for a rookie quarterback. It was just a solid all around a year for any quarterback. And just so happened that he set all kinds of records, right? And he didn't just set them, the way Baker Mayfield broke Peyton Manning's, where it was like 27 touchdowns to his 26. This was 31 passing touchdowns, so breaking the record by 4. They broke Cam Newton's total touchdown record for a rookie QB with 36. I mean, the guy did it all, and he only did it in 15 games. So, if he had that 16th game, maybe he would have broken Andrew Luck's rookie passing yards record as well. So the guy did so much with, a little bit of a handicap, obviously only playing 15 games. And if you put on the film, let's forget the stats for a second. You put on the film, you see a guy who didn't ever look like a rookie. Maybe once or twice when he threw, a pick to end the game at Tampa Bay or something like that. I mean, these are big time moments and stuff like that happens. But this guy made plays outside the pocket, out of scheme. He just never seemed to be rattled. And when he did have a play, like he threw an early interception, I think one against the Panthers, or he fumbled the ball in that one, he bounced back extremely well. And so things like this to me are not a rookie, characteristic, right? Like this is something you see from professional quarterbacks who have been in the league for years. And everything else he does, the way he handles himself, just look like a guy who has been there. And I think that's one of the biggest things of why I am a believer in Justin Herbert coming into this season.
Yeah, year 2 is going to be big. I mean, it always is for quarterbacks. It always is for really anybody in the NFL. We'll see how he handles that adversity. And he's in the division, obviously, with one of the better quarterbacks, if not the best quarterback in the league, in Patrick Mahomes. So he's going to get 2 shots at him. I tend to think the week 3 matchup is an early game of the year candidate that I think the primetime really missed because it's at noon and you have 2 of the best young quarterbacks in the league going head to head in a division game. Want to get to my next question. Brandon Kiley, one of our hosts on the Arrowhead Pride Podcast Network, he called the Chargers potentially last year's Browns, meaning within 2 years, they could be legitimately challenging the Chiefs, not only in the AFC West, but the AFC. Is this something that you agree with?
I have to say yes. The Chargers, I know the last win was in 2018, and that was the very, very close win that they had. Other than that, I think the Chiefs have been fairly dominant against the Chargers. But you got to look at some of the additions they had. Obviously, this has been one of the worst offensive line units for, I want to say, the better part of the last decade. And all of a sudden, you have it fixed. And it wasn't just fixed where you're like, okay, I'm fine with this position group now. You added some of the top talents in the league, including center Corey Linsley, who's coming off a first-team All-Pro nod, And in recent years, I'm thinking back to 2019 as well when they played in Mexico City. I mean, a couple of these games, they were the only team to, I think, hold the Chiefs under, I want to say 200 yards passing in both matchups in 2019, which is, again, no other team was able to do it. The Raiders didn't, the Broncos did it, but it was such a rare case for anyone to do it once. The Chargers did it twice. And I just think there's something about this rivalry where they do create instant classics, right? They are close games. The Chargers somehow have figured it out in one facet to hold Patrick Mahomes to lesser passing yards. But at the same time, you look at those games, Patrick Mahomes is running for 50 plus yards on scrambles and moving the chains with his legs. And so what I've always said about the Chiefs and why I think they're the best team in the NFL is for the most part, it doesn't matter what you stop them from doing. They're always going to find something else to figure it out. And so I think one of the things stopping the Chargers was they also need to have a well-rounded, complete team and where they can play games, with different play lines. If something is stopped, we can go this direction or something like that. So I do think with their additions, with guys who are hurt coming back, Drew Tranquil, Derwin James, I really do think this is going to be a year, and it seems like a turning point for the franchise. The hype is there with Brandon Staley, but until it happens, the Chiefs are the team to beat, and there's nothing we can do about that